Hey guys, welcome back to another Hollow Wednesday. So in today's Hollow Wednesday, since we reacted to Family Photo Album last time, we're gonna finish off Dreams of Insomniac by heading to their Volume 1, Foundation Archives by YouTuber Pastra. Anyway, before I begin, I want to say this. Thank you guys for about 11 subscribers. I know, it doesn't really sound like that's something to celebrate about, especially for these YouTubers that got like thousands of subscribers right now. Maybe even millions, but trust me, small YouTubers like myself, literally just about 5 subscribers is enough to go crazy about. And when I made it to about 11, I'm gonna say this, my main goal was actually to make it to just 10 subscribers. It was just to make it to about 10. And then I realized I had one more. I'm not lying. I was smiling from ear to ear. So, yeah. Thanks for 10 subscribers. Thanks for 11 subscribers. And, yeah. Let's start the video. Thanks for watching the main graphic depictions of violence and loud noises / jump scares. So if y'all can't handle that, you can get out of here.
My name is Alex Williams. I live on 66 Elk Crescent, Eastridge County, and up until this point, I've worked for the Lankmann Foundation, a job which I have
Oh,
quickly come to regret. This is my story.
Foundation Archive.
I began my work for the foundation pretty much the day it was founded. After what happened on Halloween, I was put under 24/7 witness protection. They told me that the information I had was too valuable. It felt like I was under constant house arrest. There wasn't a day that they weren't watching me, and it went on like that for years. They gave me my job at the foundation as a form of protection. A bunch of guys in suits showed up to my house and told me that it would be for the better if I took a job at their new facility. I didn't know much about them at the time. Nobody did, really. All they told me was that they were helping veldagen victims, but even that felt vague.
Lankmann Foundation. Also, Lankman has 2 N's in it.
Hello. You don't know me, but I certainly know you.
I'm gonna say that. Can we talk about why they decided to just rebrand Lankman from how he looked originally? I mean, back then he looked scary as heck. Now we got this. Toon Man.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lankman.
No, it's not. Your name's Toonman. Lankman looks scary as heck. You two look like you should have been in a TV show.
Or at least a cartoon version of the man himself, created by our lovely in-house animator, Mortimer Gray, who you may know for his work on the classic cartoon series Candy Mouse. I come to you all today
Candy Mouse. That sounds like a ripoff of Candyman.
to announce the founding of the Lankmann Foundation, a new gateway into the future of Eastridge County. 4 years ago, our lovely town was plagued by a species of creature we have come to know as the veldagen. These dangerous creatures have continued to threaten
Veldagen. I thought he was called the Smiling Snatcher. Okay, I'll stop with the jokes, but still. So now these species are called the veldagen.
in our residence, with there being seemingly no end to the dangers they pose. Until now, our lovely founder, Herbert Lankmann, created our...
Your name's Herbert Lankmann? Look, I'm sorry, but why Herbert Lankmann of all things? Also, just, sheesh, you couldn't even face the camera?
Our foundation for the
Yeah, at least
purpose
we know
of
what
both
Lankman used to look
containing
like.
this anomalous threat, as well as treating all those who have been affected by them. How does he plan to do this, you ask? Well, the answer is quite simple. Using the inheritance left behind by his father, Herbert Lankmann got to work renovating and reopening the old Lankmann's Asylum, repurposing it into a massive treatment center for all those who have fallen victim to the veldagen. As well as this, he has been hard at work donating generous amounts to Eastridge County's police force, ensuring they can continue to do what they do best, protecting all of you. Here at the Lankmann Foundation, we know these last couple of years have been scary, but don't worry. Soon enough, this will all be a thing of the past. If you or anyone you may know have any questions regarding the Foundation and what we do, do not hesitate to give us a
Give us a
call.
call. 955-0100. Someone's calling. Pick up the phone. On the night of April 6, 1990, this phone call was made to Eastridge County Police Department. This tape acts as the only archive of this call. All other records are
Eastridge 911, where is your emergency?
This is 45 Elk Crescent. Send the police, please!
Can you describe the situation to me, ma'am?
Yeah.
There's a group of men trying to break into my house. They're slamming on the door. Please send the police now!
Look, while they're sending the cops, go to the kitchen, get the largest kitchen knife, maybe get a hammer, and hide somewhere. So you have a way to defend
The
yourself.
police will be on their way in a moment, ma'am. I just need you to breathe. Did you get a good look at these
Oh my
men?
god.
What did they look like?
I don't know what they look like. They're all wearing masks. I can't see their faces. They look all the same!
What kind of masks, ma'am?
Okay, calm down.
Yellow ones? They're wearing yellow masks. Do they look like bandages?
Did cops just...
Hello?
They hung up. Because that's not a thief. A thief? Like I'm saying someone's gonna rob her. That's not a person.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Woman, just go and hide. Just go and hide. Go and hide, please. Oh.
After I started working at the Foundation, they immediately bombarded me and everyone else with all these different mandates and training tapes, even for the most simple of jobs.
Why didn't she hide? What was that? What the freak was that? Why didn't she just go and hide?
There
Oh
were
my
rules
God.
for everything, and half the time they didn't even make sense. Perhaps the strangest mandate they had us commit to, though, was to wear these goggles at all times. They said it was a preventative measure to avoid the effects of some kind of hallucinatory environment. None of us knew what that was or how it was even possible. All they told us was that it would make you see and hear things, and that it was apparently used to keep patients in line. Something about treatment through exposure. We never really knew for sure if it was working, but all the patients seemed to suffer from similar symptoms that were said to be a part of it. They were always scared of us, no matter how much we tried to help them, and they always complained about hearing some kind of horrible music somewhere in the facility. What got to me the most about it, though, was how normal everyone treated it. Something beyond our understanding was being used on these people, and nobody seemed bothered by it but me. They all just treated it like it wasn't even happening.
Here in the Lankmann Asylum, it is imperative for all staff members to be aware of our state-of-the-art hallucinatory environment.
Lankmann Asylum,
Through this unique environment, we are able to keep all patients within our...
First off, let's just ignore the fact that it says Lankmann Foundation, and he said Lankmann Asylum. But I know I'm being weird, but still. Benefits of hallucinatory technology. Accessible treatment through exposure, better control over unruly patients, improved methods of
our walls in line, as well as treat their conditions through exposure that no other location can provide. The amount of benefits this new technology can provide for the patients of our asylum is numerous, but you must remember that there are multiple precautions which have been put in place to ensure that you, our staff, do not suffer from the effects of our hallucinatory environment and can do your job correctly and safely. The first of these precautions should have been provided to you on your first day at the job
I just heard
in the form
a
of these
hay
specialized
in my left
optical
ear.
lenses. By wearing these red lenses,
Never remove your
staff
goggles.
members will be able to see past the environment's effects, allowing for no mistakes to be made and a job well done. If at any point these lenses are to be removed, staff members will experience severe hallucinations which will make your
I'm hearing some stuff.
lenses are to be removed, staff members will experience severe hallucinations.
What was that? I heard something in my left ear. I'm trying to make it out, but I couldn't. Okay. Symptoms of optical hallucinations: warping of the environment around you, entryways and exits appearing, disappearing, seeing people that do
which
not
will make
exist.
your work extremely difficult. The second of these precautions comes in the form
Remember
of
to
knowing
listen
what you
closely.
should and should not be hearing when on the job. Although we have yet to develop a solution for auditory hallucinations, symptoms of them
The
appear to
voice
follow a similar
that
and
do not
predictable
exist, distant, discordant music, the voice of Dr. Lankmann, the knocking of doors and windows. I'll be honest, I'm probably hearing the first one right now. 'Cause I keep hearing something in my ear. Hey, maybe it is the voice of Dr. Lankmann.
pattern. If you believe yourself to be hallucinating, ask yourself if you're hearing the voices of people that do not exist, distant music coming from an unknown location, Dr. Lankmann
heard
requesting
something
your
again.
aid, or the knocking of doors which do not exist. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you are hallucinating and should treat those sounds as if they do not exist. Moving on from our patented hallucinatory experiment, we next must discuss the role of another very important part of our facility. It is imperative that all staff members avoid any form of contact with
The caretakers were possibly the most disturbing part about working in that entire facility. They were these tall, bandaged staff members who were dressed in black from top to bottom. I don't even think I ever saw them outside of their uniform. We were always expressly told never to interact with them for any reason. Apparently their job was just that important. It was with them that I reached my breaking point when working at that damn place. I always saw them going into patients' rooms, taking them to places that I never got to see. I always wondered what they were doing, but I made sure to mind my own business.
That's simple. They're not humans, and they're instead experimenting on those people. That's what they're doing.
That is until late one night when I was working at the facility. They had just brought in a new patient, a woman who looked to be in about her 30s. She had no diagnosis, no sign of serious mental illness, and physically she was fine. None of us knew what she was doing there, but like we always did, we just ignored it and minded our own business. That night, though, she starts a ruckus. I think every person in the facility heard it when she started screaming. I was the first one to arrive when I saw what was happening.
Wait. Was she the woman from before? The woman that called the cops?
4 of those caretakers dragging her out by her arms and legs while she's just kicking and screaming. I couldn't believe what I'd seen. I tried running in to stop them, but one of my coworkers stopped me, looked me in the eyes, and said, "It isn't worth it." I was in disbelief. These caretakers were treating veldagen victims like caged animals, and here we were just standing there and watching. That was when I knew I had to do something about it. I always had my suspicions about the asylum, but seeing how this treatment facility treated its patients, that was the final straw. I went to as many of my coworkers as I could to try and get as much information as possible about the foundation and their
Look, Pastra. Pastra, I'm gonna say this. You probably need to move your hair back because the shadows make me think to myself. Look, dude, you need to move your hair back. The shadow is making me think to myself, are you turning into a skeleton? The shadow on your hair is making me think that your skin is fading away.
their shady practices. I wanted to bring these problems to the light, to have the general public know what was really going on in there. But of course, none of them wanted anything to do with me. They just brushed me off and told me that it wasn't worth it, that it would bring more trouble. But I ignored them and I kept trying. When I ran out of staff to talk to, eventually I turned to patients, more specifically, the woman I saw getting attacked that night. I wanted to know where they took her, what they did to her. So I snuck into her room late that night with a camcorder that I brought, and I was able to record an entire interview I had with her, and I was just left with so many questions.
Please, please don't hurt me. I promise I'll behave. I don't want to go back.
Listen, I don't want to hurt you, I promise. I'm just here to ask a few questions is all. I'm sorry about what happened to you the other night. It was horrible. I want to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. And it would help a lot if you could answer my questions.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, she sounds like the same woman from
So my
before.
first question, why were you brought here? You didn't have any diagnosis, and you don't seem to suffer from any symptoms of veldagen sickness.
I don't know why I'm here. These men broke into my house. Nobody came to help me. The doctor told me I'm sick, but I don't know what he means.
This is the woman from before. Yeah, and I need to probably stop saying that, but still.
I'm sorry if that doesn't help.
It's okay, don't worry. That helps a lot. You're doing great. Now, my next question. That night when you were attacked here, I know it must be a lot, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but do you know where they took you?
I don't know. He told me I can't tell anybody. I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. He said he would take me back there. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Hey, it's all right. You're not going to go back there, I promise. I just need to know where it was. Nobody else will know.
They took me to room 66.
What? No, that's not possible. There's only...
What the frick is going on?
It's him! He's going to take me back now! Please don't take him back!
He isn't going to take
Don't let him take me back! Don't let him take me back!
Wait for a moment, don't...
Lankmann?
Just what do you think you're doing?
Holy freak, he's tall. Okay, so this is definitely Lankmann. Just look at my dude's eyes. And now I'm confused. Now I'm confused right now. Who's the real evil person? Lankmann? No, what? Who is the real evil person? The smiling snatcher and all the other veldagens? Or Lankmann? I don't know anymore. Plus, I actually once heard that Lankmann was about like 5'11", I think. Well, I just heard he was about like 5 feet, not like 5'11", just like 5 feet. And almost everyone was making jokes claiming that Lankmann was short. Dude, this guy's about as tall as the door right now. So, what do you mean 5 feet?
Everything that happened was just a blur after that. Those caretakers came into the room and dragged her out before I could even do anything about it. It was the last time I ever saw her. And then
What did they do to that woman? She said that they were going to bring her back, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's
they
dead
just
by now.
sent me back to work as if the whole thing never even happened. That in itself was odd, but it was what she said to me that stuck out to me the most. She told me that she was taken to a room 66, which didn't make any sense. The asylum was small, it was only built with 65 rooms in mind, so a 66th room shouldn't be possible. At first I thought maybe she was misremembering things, or she was just misspeaking. I mean, she was clearly stressed out, and the way she was taken there was violent, but that just didn't explain things for me. I still didn't know where the patients were being taken, and what if she was telling the truth? I tried to look for answers to that question for a while, and nothing came of it. Nothing until I started to watch through our old conversations. During one of my watch-throughs, I saw something off the corner of my eye. Something I had never seen until it was staring me right in the face. A camera. A camera located right in the corner of that room. The asylum didn't have cameras, at least not in the rooms of its patients. If I had known they were watching me the entire time, I never would have staged that interview, and somehow I didn't see it? Something wasn't adding up. I went back to the asylum after that and checked the rooms of several patients.
You mean
no
that?
cameras. I thought that I was losing my mind. I thought for a moment that maybe I was just seeing things. But then I realized something. Maybe I was. Late one night when no one else was around, I tested something. Something I was afraid to. I removed those goggles they gave us. And when I opened my eyes, everything looked the exact fucking same. Everything started to make sense after that. Who knows what they could have been hiding that we just couldn't see? Cameras, people, rooms. Suddenly,
So those goggles, the goggles basically just hide away things the Foundation doesn't want you to know about.
room 66 was terrifyingly possible, and I was going to find it. I returned to the asylum later that night with a camcorder in hand. I figured that if it could show me where the cameras were in the corners of the patients' rooms, then it could help me find what I was looking for. I walked up and down the halls of that entire asylum, trying to find anything out of place. And eventually, I found it. I stood in front of that door for what felt like an eternity. A part of me wanted to know what was in there so badly, but another part of me just didn't want to see it. I was terrified, but I felt like I didn't have a choice. It didn't even feel like I was in control of my own body as I pushed that door open.
What the heck is going on in here?
Help me!
Oh my god! Well, I think I actually heard of this guy before. Look, I've forgotten its name, but I heard of it. also is a lot taller than I thought it was. I heard it said this thing was like 10, maybe 12 feet. Look at this guy. How is the Earth even able to sustain this thing? Oh my god. Okay, so I don't remember what this thing's called. All I do know, he was taken to the Lankmann Foundation. And I think it said this guy kind of went a bit insane when him and even Clyde actually got out of there. Because, like, Clyde is going to break him out, I guess. And I heard that this guy sort of went insane. I guess just afraid of what happened from. I guess just afraid of the visions of what happened in the Lankmann Foundation. But still, it's just. Oh my god. Immediately turn back. I don't know what to say anymore.
Looks like someone wandered somewhere they aren't supposed to be.
Look, y'all take Lankman. He's the one that did this to all of you.
In that moment, cornered and alone, I finally understood what they were so afraid of. I was finally seeing what they were seeing. For the first time, I saw his face.
Oh my god! Lankman, oh my god! He looks a lot worse than the cartoons. He looks a lot worse than Pastor's animations depict Lankman to be. Even though they should keep this voice, Ankin, the voice is good. Not that other crap that Pastor used. Keep this one. But still, oh my god. My dude looks like a skeleton. Just his head is whiter. Oh my goodness. What did they do to you? They do to you. Wait, what the Cornell Slitcher intersects the midline 13 midline the glavula.
After that, I didn't know what to do. I panicked, I couldn't move. And he just stood there for a moment, staring at me. But then he let me go. He just told me to go back to work and act like it didn't happen. Work continued after that. I was too scared to find out what would happen if I didn't come back to the asylum, so I just continued my work there as normal. I was never punished, nobody ever found out. It was like the whole thing never happened.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this is probably from how this is probably the most scariest thing than actually being punished at work for finding out something that you shouldn't know. Because in situations like this, I'm pretty sure a person would have actually been silenced for good. But the fact that he's not doing anything, he's not even going to punish you. He's not doing anything, and that's just, oh my god. That is just worse.
Until recently. The reason I'm recording this tape tonight is because I fear soon you may never hear from me again. For a while, Lankmann acted like that night never happened, but ever since the recent incident, things have changed. He and the caretakers have become more aggressive. I've started seeing things. Cars passing me by with tinted windows. People following me off the corner of my
Oh, they are trying to silence you. They are trying
eye.
to silence
Staff
you.
treating me like I don't even exist. Recently, it feels like they don't want me talking anymore. Someone I know and care about has been hurt, and they've given me a job that doesn't even fit my credentials. They've made me research somebody very dangerous, and I have my suspicions that once I've told them everything they need to know, they won't need me anymore. That's why I'm recording this tape. I've learned things about this person, things that Lankmann doesn't even know, things that could help me. After I'm done recording this tape, I'm going to be meeting with that person, and depending on how that goes, you may never hear from me again. If you're watching this, I've left you something important. The last thing my friend was able to provide me with before they got to him. An archive of all the Foundation's most important tapes. It contains everything, every lie they've told, every secret they've kept, every recording I've made. If I don't come back from this, you need to spread that information.
Wait. So you mean like these? Or like more tapes coming in volume 1?
The people need to know. I don't want to go about this alone, but as things are, I've had no choice. It just feels good to finally get this off my chest.
Is something about to happen? You can't end this right now. Oh! Okay, something did happen. Something did happen. Alex is dead. Oh! Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween's Day. Oh my god. Rest in peace to dude Alex. I think that's what his name was, but still, rest in peace, dude. He didn't deserve what he got. Hold on. After watching the collection of tapes, you knew what you had to do. Late that night, you left your home, hitching a ride with a taxi and making your way towards the place you saw in the tapes. You didn't know what to expect when you arrived here. For all you knew, it may not even be around anymore. The thought of what you might see there terrified you. But filled with a new purpose, you marched towards it regardless. Your driver dropped you off far from your destination, not wanting anything to do with where you told him you were going. And so you walked. For hours you walked along a pathway of dirt and gravel, passing through a part of the country that felt like a ghost town. It had been so long since you stepped foot here, yet everything felt so familiar. Is he going back to Eastridge? The moon loomed high overhead when you finally arrived at your destination. The Lankmann's asylum. The place is now boarded up and abandoned. was now bored of and abandoned, a husk of its former self. You stood in front of the entrance to it for what felt like an eternity. You knew what you had to do, but you didn't have the strength to do it. Eventually, the dread became too much to bear, so you turned away and got ready to walk all the way back. But then you heard something, a bellowing calling to you from deeper within the forest. You recognized the creature's call and moved beyond the asylum as you ventured into the forest to meet someone you never thought you'd see again. Oh, so clearly we are going to meet someone. We're going to meet someone or something. It says creature's call, so a part of me thinks to myself we're going to meet the smiling snatcher. But yeah, what do you guys think? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you, Postra, for making Dreams of an Insomniac. I can't wait to see the next episode when it drops. If you guys want to see it, let me know. Let me know via Instagram or even on Threads. Yeah, I have a Threads, and it's probably a better, safer place to use than Twitter. But still, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Subscribe, and yeah, happy Halloween Wednesday.